Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the frequency division multiplexing and the time division multiplexing in this slides. So multiplexing. So multiplexing means it has been used for many years in the long distance telephony. So multiplex transmissions have been used in commercial communication, not only for voice channels but also for facsimile. So multiplexing also been used since a long time for broadcasting. So there are two types of multiplexing. They are time division multiplexing and the frequency division multiplexing. Let me see one by one. First is frequency division multiplexing. So in frequency division multiplexing, the multiplexing requires signals be kept apart so that they do not interfere with each other. So here the separation of the spectrum into smaller frequency bands and also the channels will get band of the spectrum for whole time. So in frequency division multiplexing, the technique of separating the signals in frequency is referred to as the frequency division multiplexing, whereas the techniques which will discuss the frequency multiplexing division systems at the particular frequency time. Okay, here the advantages of the frequency division multiplexings are it has no dynamic coordination and also it works as analog signals. So the disadvantages are waste of bandwidth is if traffic will be distributed unevenly. It is inflexible and spaces are God spaces. Okay, each signals will be allocated for the frequency division multiplexing. So here we are using analog signals. So the modulation or equipments will be needed to move each signal to the required frequency band. So the multiple carriers are used and it will be known as a subcarrier signals. So this multiplexing equipment is needed to combine the modulated signals. So here is the block diagram of FDM system. So here first we are giving the input message signals that is assumed to be of the low pass type. So this filtering action will remove the high frequency components and do not contribute the significantly to the signal representation, but they may disturb the other message signals that will share the common channel. So the filtered message signals are then modulated and it will be passed to the multiplexer input. So this multiplexer part will contains low pass filter, modulator and as well as the band pass filters. So these things, the band pass filter will give the smoothing signal and it will be all passes into the single channel. So this channel will have the single sideband modulation and it will be requires the bandwidth that is approximately equal to that of the original message signal. So the output of the demultiplexer signals will be combined in the parallel part and it will forms the input to the common channel. So at the receiving end, these filters will connect it to the common channel and it will separate the message signals on the frequency occupancy basis. So the original message signals are recovered by the individual demodulated signals and it will be passed into the receiver side. So here is the FDM process. So first we have used the modulator signal, that is the carrier F1 signal. So that baseband signals, analog signals will be like this. So the next signal, that is a modulator carrier F2 signal. So it will be in the frequency will be in nearest value. So it will be reduced value. So then we will receive like this analog signal. So at last we are passing the modulator carrier F3 signal. So then we will receive the signal like this. So all the three signals are combined together and it will be formed together in the addition summation process to give the FDM process output. That is the frequency division multiplexing process. So this is the frequency division multiplexing signal output. So next we are going to see about the time division multiplexing. So time division multiplexing means that is the free space between the pulses can be occupied by the pulses from other channels. So this is called as the time division multiplexing. So in this system, the time division multiplexing will have the NPAM channels. So it will be denoted the time interleaving of samples from several sources so that the informations can be transmitted serially over the single communication channel. So here we are having the two types. One is the transmitter side and another receiver side. So in the transmitter side, the simultaneous transmission of signals will be shares the time sharing basis. So each signal will occupy the time slot and it will find out the frequencies and the duration of the transmission signal. So each slots may be permanently assigned on the demand of the time. Okay. Next we are seeing the receiver side. So in the receiver side, the decommutator, that is the sampler, has to synchronize with the incoming waveform, that is the frame synchronization. So here we have used the low pass filter to smoothen the signal level, and also we are using the ISI, that is a poor channel filtering. So it also have a crosstalk in the receiver side. So to feed through this crosstalk, we are using the one channel signal into the another channel signal. This is the block diagram of the time division multiplexing. So here the time interval of TS will be sampled and the sampling frequency of becomes Fs. So the single signal composed due to the multiplexing of input channel is given to the transmission channel. So at the receiver we are having the decommutator that will decode the time multiplexed input channels. So these channel signals are then passed through the low pass reconstruction filters. So this low pass reconstruction filters will give the sampling frequency output, that is the Fs is greater than or equal to 2W. So here the time intervals will be sampled from one sample to the each input. So this time interval is called as the frame. So here we are going to see that is usually the digital signals as well as the analog signals are carrying the digital data. So they are transmitting the data from various sources and it will be carried in the repetitive frames. So each frame will consist of set of time slots. So each time slots will be denoted in the time period of 1 by Ts. All the sources will be assigned to one or more time slots per frame. So every frame will be transmitted from sender to the receiver through the time slot only. So the data flow will be occur between the multiplexer as well as the demultiplexer to transmit the signals from one channel to another channel. Here we are going to see the comparison of the one frame of the multiplexed PAM signal that will incorporate the 4 voice signals and the synchronizing pulses. So here we are taking the time interval as a TS and it will contains one sample from the each input. So this time interval is called as a frame. So let there be n input channels and in the each frame there will be one sample from each of the n channels. So this one frame of a TS seconds contain the total n samples. So therefore pulse to pulse spacing between the two samples in the frame will be equal to TS by n. So the spacing between the two samples will be TS by n. this will calculate the number of pulses per second or pulse frequency. So that is the number of pulses per second equal to 1 by spacing between the two pulses. That is 1 by ts by n, that is n by ts. Okay, so these number of pulses per second is also called as signaling rate of time division multiplexing signal and is denoted by R. Thank you.